It's my understanding that our trustees have now presented to the legislature a plan for our college to be the first college in the state college system to go on the quarter system on a year-round basis, and we expect to be offering, or at least we hope to be offering, a full year-round four-quarter program in 1965.
The archives have been in existence in some form or another since Cal State East Bay was founded in 1957. The university archives consist of records of the university that shows the history of the campus.
Our most interesting stories are that when the library was first housed in some of the high schools here before we moved up here, we were in the boys' locker room. What was formerly the boys' locker room was where all the book stacks were and the archives. And then when we came up here, we've been in the same building on campus once the library was constructed and Warren Hall was constructed since late 60s, early 70s, and that's where the collection has been. So we haven't moved at all. Some of the collections that we find very useful are like the site selection papers, which document how the campus came to be here in the Hayward Hills and also in Concord. Also the founding documentation of the campus, the master plans, and history back from the late 50s when we started campus. The Hauschild family owned a ranch up here. I'm not sure if they still own some of the land around here, but that was the land that the Hayward Hills campus is currently located on. According to an interview with our first president, Fred Harkleroad, when he was relating the story, apparently the site surveyors came up here when it was still the Hauschild ranch site to look around and to do some surveying, and apparently Mrs. Hauschild, for whatever reason, was not happy with them here, and she ran them off with a shotgun. Apparently they changed her mind somehow, but that's what the first interaction was. Physically, the collections are located in two archive storage rooms located on the basement level of the library, and those are the closed stacks. Unlike the university library, where you can just go to the book stacks and pull any book off the shelf, because archives are mainly unique materials, often rare and delicate materials, they're housed in closed stacks, which means only the archivists and archive staff can access them. Doesn't mean they're not accessible to other people, it just means that they're protected downstairs. So we basically have similar shelving units, it's environmentally controlled, and that's where the archivists will process the collection so they can be made available to the public.
The reading room is located on the upper mall, the second floor of the library, inside the library administration suite.
So this is the box of dirt from the groundbreaking here. And as you can tell, it says February 22nd, 1961. And this photograph shows our president, Fred Harkleroad, also holding the box, which we have in the archives. And I keep wanting someone to do something with this, because I think it's kind of interesting that we have this showing from our groundbreaking, because the archives is mainly textual documents, so we don't have a lot of 3D objects. We have this, which shows, as you can tell, it's kind of a composite photograph, so it's showing an artist's rendering of what the Warren Hall complex is going to look like, which is pretty interesting, and it looked pretty much how they were planning it, which some of the other buildings sometimes didn't. Also, which will look kind of similar to now since we don't have Warren Hall anymore, an aerial photograph showing the campus before the Warren Hall Library Administration complex went up. This is some of our first administration team back when we were the state college for Alameda County. We changed names quite a lot. And this is one of my favorite photographs in the entire archives. This is our first president, Fred Harkleroad, having a meeting in his car. As you can tell, he put for official use only. Before we had actually any buildings, he would conduct business in his car for the university.
The University Archives welcomes all researchers interested in California State University East Bay history.
The archives are here. We love for students to come and use the archives because I think it's interesting for everyone to know a little bit more about the university they're attending, and to see that student groups have been active since the college was founded.